All right. All right. To catch you guys up on what's going on, so you understand what you see there in that video, right? So a few days ago, on the 2nd, today is, I don't know what day is today. I don't keep track of that shit. But on the 2nd, I went and got my left testicle removed, right? And there was complications, right? So shit got real serious. And it wasn't until, I keep recalling it, and I was just talking to my grandmother today, right? And you really start to realize, I was like, fuck, shit did get real, I almost bled out of my eye, my fucking That's hilarious. Well, you know what? I'll leave that there too, because that's actually, happened before as well. Whole nother story, super fucking scary, and you just think you're diarrhea, and then next thing you know, you're fucking lightheaded. Yeah, shit gets real. All right, but now back to this story. All right. Shit got real again because I almost bled out. This time, out of my balls. Right? Alright, so this is what happened. I go in for the procedure early morning. I get driven out there. Then, procedure happens. And in the recovery area, immediately after surgery, I wake up in excruciating pain. That's what wakes me up, is the pain. I can't contain it. I'm screaming, I'm squirming, immediately the nurse next to me, freaking out, gives me a dose of fentanyl, all right? Nothing. Oof, this thing is getting worse and worse and worse. So I pull down the blanket, obviously, look what's going on. And I immediately see my genitals just balloon up. The nurse, another shot, fentanyl, bam. I'm sitting there screaming, like, I can't believe what the fuck is like happening. Like, it was a visual, ooh, a motherfucking visual, compared to, and coupled with the pain, something I'll never forget in my life. I literally saw, bruh, I witnessed my penis disappear. I witnessed my skin stretch to levels that I never even knew was possible. Like, it literally looked like a balloon right between my legs, with the fucking little foreskin becoming the little mouthpiece. Yo, I'm talking about some crazy visual. Bam, another shot of fucking Dilaudid right after that. Bam. She hurries up, calls the doctor. The doctor comes rush over here and sees this fucking red balloon on my lap, and he says, we gotta go to fucking surgery right now. Right? So we go back into the surgery table. Right? The next thing, I wake up, and from that one, then I got a fucking straw sticking out of this fucking giant, I don't even know how to describe it, man, but everything was like black, like bruise, black, and like everything was, yeah. So, a little straw sticking out. So the next day, right, at nighttime, before nighttime, but like the next day, they come and take out the straw, the drainage hole, right? But they don't close this thing up. They don't close the hole up. They just leave it there, And then, all right, peace, right? They send me home at night, right? That same night, I try to sleep, and from sleeping on my back from the nights before, and I can't really do that, so I try to sleep on my side. Yeah. Ah, man. Yeah. So I wake up and little, you know, blood, blood everywhere on the bed, right? Fucking balls swollen up like a massive, ripe avocado. Oh man, my lips are dry as hell from all the anesthesia and all that shit and fucking payment. Can't laugh because it's fucking cracked already in multiple places. Oh man. Oh yeah. When I woke up the second time from the second surgery, immediately after the second surgery, from all those doses back to back of pain meds, throwing everything, puking my heart out, puke everything out. That shit. I hate them fucking pain meds. It's horrible. So back home, wake up to that, then I'm like, all right, fuck it. It was my fault. It was my doing. It was my bad. I shouldn't have tried sleeping on my side. Like moving in the middle of the night, and there you goes. Fucking nutcracker, nutcracker myself. So I stay at the crib. I'm dripping blood. Whenever I get out and fucking shimmy my way into the bathroom, there's a couple of blood drops along the way, and when I take a piss, I'm dropping blood from my balls into the fucking toilet too, because I see that shit, right? But I'm like, all right, just chill, just take it easy, just fucking relax, it'll be fine, right? So try to take it easy that day, just fucking like rest. But the bleeding doesn't stop, so whatever. Next day I wake up like around 4:20 something, 4:27, right? Fucking cause I'm sweating. There's blood. Like I'm on fucking puddle of blood. And fucking trying to drink some water. It was just hot, because it's night and shit. It's covered up. So, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna wait, till Andrea goes to work, and then, not to worry her and shit. I'll wait till she goes to work, and I'll drive myself to the hospital, So I was trying to fix my key like at 4 in the morning, 5, whatever. And I did. I fucking glued that shit. And but then when she wakes up and then sees, there's fucking blood all over the floor, from me hobbling around trying to like do shit, and get shit done, and then sees the bed, there's fucking stain, and shit. So she's like, we gotta go to the hospital right now, right now. So she takes me to the hospital, we go to emergency. And then they do they don't want to do anything because it's another doctor, different hospital that did the procedures, so they don't liabilities or whatever, so it's like only if it's life-threatening, they'll go. But I was already scheduled for like a exploral procedure and a blood transfusion, because my first as soon as I got there, they did the lab, and my blood came, my hemoglobin level was at 6.02, which is extremely low. They're like, oh, you're like almost at the threshold of requiring a blood transfusion. We're gonna just be ready for that, and then tomorrow we have you scheduled for the exploratory procedure. This is an emergency, right? So then I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. I have to go through another surgery, to whatever. I gotta live, right? But all right. So later on the day, this, throughout, after that, they got me on IV and all that shit, stabilized me or whatever, and then they take me to a different floor, right? Where I get a room, and then they're just gonna keep monitoring me. They're gonna keep doing the labs, make sure that and they're making me sign the I get up to that room and they make me sign the waiver for the blood transfusion. I'm like, fuck, I want somebody's blood, in me, it's kind of, I mean, I guess, you have to, but at the same time, I would much rather be Andrea's, but they wouldn't even let her, even though we're the same, blood. But they said that it has to be off their bank, because it has to be, goes through like some extensive, procedures, testing and shit, whatever. So, the nurse from that room, from that floor, when, she's the one doing that, the orders, and we're taking the order, we're receiving the order to do so, and then she's the one who did my blood work, as soon as I got up there from, being downstairs, that I did their own blood work downstairs in the emergency, right? So that's how much time has already passed between that, right? So the lady's like, okay, you have to sign this paper because they put an order for the transfusion. You have to give clearance, make sure everything's okay. I have to run through the risk and all that stuff. And then, she saw my concern a little bit, and I'm like, oh, whatever, So she's like, okay, well, I gotta go. I'll be back in like 15 minutes. I gotta go get the blood. They had already brought the machine and all that stuff. So then, from, I guess, our interaction from the moment that I got there, and then she drawn my blood because it was like a comical scene, it was good, good interaction. And then, her, seeing my concern and all that stuff. And, she took it upon herself to actually go and check again, because she knew she drew blood, and then I had told her that they had drawn blood, at the beginning, as soon as I got there, and that's why they had given that order for the transfusion, right? So she checked, like, the levels of the hemoglobin, and she has seen that it had already increased. It had increased, from the 6.02 to like a 8.3 something, So, she alerted the doctor, and then the doctor was, ready to say, okay, they'll hold off for the transfusion for now. I think, we're just going to keep monitoring him, make sure things don't get worse, look at the inflammation and stuff like that, try and control the bleeding. So that's what they did. They kept me for a few days, swelling did come down a little bit, but discoloration came, didn't come, because it's still but yeah, they let me out of there, but they didn't close the wound either, the hole where the drainage hose was. I was still bleeding by the time I got out of there, just like very minimal, I was still, staining anything that I came in contact with. I would drop like maybe one drop on the floor if I stood up for too long, instead of like constant, drops and stuff. So, so they sent me home like that. So then, okay, looking better. I'm not gonna sleep anymore on my side, sleep on my back, right? Next day, fucking election voting day. I have to go vote. So what do? I put on my leg. Wow, that fucking giant avocados there. And no, that was a bad idea. I fucking squished it. And it got fucking bigger. Yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with. And at least, the bleeding has slowed down, the external, the internal for sure, because the labs have shown that, hence, my ability to dodge the exploratory procedure and the transfusion. Oh, and on top of that, as soon as, from emergency, they sent me to do the ultrasound. on my balls, fucking cold liquid, you know, for like what, this would be like my fourth time ever. But they did it, you know, because they were concerned, right? They want to make sure that I wasn't still like internally bleeding and stuff. And then as soon as I get to the table and the lady fucking lathers me up, she's on the right, he's on the other side, right? So she, all concerned about the right, and like, yo, what's up? Like, my problem is on the left. That's the one they got rid of, right? And then she's like, oh no, we're just trying to make sure you're getting normal blood flow to the right, because now we're gonna have to cut that. We're gonna have to cut that shit too. Ooh, they told me that shit. I was like, nah, man, that's all good, And it turned out, yeah, everything was good today. So, wow, But you see where they're already going, like, oh shit, this motherfucker, like, oh, they already removed it, he's having trouble, or let's go remove, make sure we don't gotta remove the other one too. Damn, can you imagine that, bro? That'd be sad. That'd be a sad, sad dog. Yeah, fuck that. But save that one, skip that bullet. Shit, dodge that motherfucker. Right, so then election day went, made it, made my shit count, made a difference, did what I had to do. And then came back and then rested, for that, because they were swollen. Next day, I had to go run an errand, so I go, I had to go for a drive. And yeah, just that drive. Ooh, so back up, boy, motherfuckers be fucking heavy, bruh. Ooh. Okay, so came back, rested, took it easy, try to take it easy, chilled, right? But then today comes, which now I remember today's Thursday, because the doctor wants to remove the staples. By the way, I have a cut, right underneath my peen, right? And balls right there, that crease all the way down. 9 staples. Ooh, which is nothing. I mean, I've got over 100 staples in my bodies already, But oof. So today, they want to remove the staples tomorrow, but today I wake up, all right, and then in the morning, scrolling, the moment I see something, moment of arousal, right? Sharp pain. No. That first staple right at the bottom, the skin stretch, opened it up a little bit, started, a little fresh bleeding. So immediate boner kill right off it, so no, that took care of that. No more bonus for now. No. All right. So I went to get an opinion. I wanted to get a second opinion. I wanted to get some guidance, from my primary. So I had to go. I went out there, I can't use my leg because I'm gonna hurt myself further using my leg. I can't use my wheelchair because I can't really sit on them, like right now I'm hanging off the edge. They hanging off the edge, they gotta hang, baby. I don't even know why people wear undies that just seems unnatural. At the end of the day, they're hanging down there because they're trying to get, they're trying to cool down, or you're gonna keep them back up, So I know mine are because of the weight. Because they hot as fuck already. So I mean, I guess they're trying to get lower. But go back to it. So fuck, I lost it. No, I got it. Right? Can't sit, on the chair on the wheelchair, unless I was to cut a hole on the bottom of the wheelchair so that they hang freely. But then on top of that, it's in a place where it's hard to get because there's an engine lift in front of it. And then on top of that, the fucking tires are disintegrated. So, you know, makes it harder to use. And then on top of that, you know, I'd be going in circles, really, you know. So can't use that. Can't use a crutch either, because, you know, it's on the same side. It's all on the same side, right? You know, so that's not gonna work. And then I do have actually a specialized walker, but that's very, very hard to get to because that's on between the wheelchair that's behind that engine lift, and it's between the wheelchair and the wall, so even harder, right, to grab. So I fucking hobbled my ass over there, and that's what you saw. And now I'm back. You know, it's been some time of rest, but still very much very tender and very swollen. And we're gonna see what it is like now, right? And for those who are really invested, you know, can understand and see what that first story of the almost bleeding to death, you know, was all about, and you know what is created, and you know, procedures and stuff, and see all the shit I've been through, literally. Can be lucky enough to see my puppy paw ass hole. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, literally my puppy paw asshole. So if you're into dogs, you might like this. But yeah, go subscribe my OnlyFans, Antradamus, if you want to see all the nitty gritty, and if you want to see what it really looks like in the current moment. But just to give you an idea, and they're still behind. This is if I need to close. Look at that motherfucking bulge, bro. So on the OnlyFans, you get to actually see what it looks like for real. My Frankenballs and my puppy paw peanut. What? My puppy paw asshole.